Titans, is the Bitcoin sideways crab action getting to you yet? Is it time to panic with the next FOMC meeting coming up tomorrow? Is there hope for an altcoin turnaround soon? Let's discuss all this and more. Kevort, hit that intro. Let's kick it off with a quick reminder that the next FOMC meeting is tomorrow afternoon, May 1st, to discuss the latest on inflation and interest rates. And heading into this meeting, as you can see here, the probability of seeing no change to the current interest rates is 99.5%. Of course, this probability is so high because of the hotter than expected inflation data, which is only making it more difficult to reach the Fed's target of 2%. I think more than anything right now, the market is expecting to hear hawkish messages from Jerome Powell. So it'll likely just come down to the degree of hawkishness that will define the market's reaction afterwards. All right, now let's hit the charts. Looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, we discussed this falling wedge pattern yesterday in this dotted yellow region here and how they are typically bullish patterns that have a high probability to break out to the upside. And as you can see, we got the breakout late yesterday, but guess where we got rejected? Yes, once again, this white resistance trend line is proven to be too strong. And this is very evident by all the times we came up to test it at these yellow arrows here, 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 and now here again, but ultimately could not get anything more than a candle wick to push through it. So the white resistance trend line wins once again for now. And looking at the current price action, you can see that we broke below the falling wedge pattern, so things are not looking so pretty at the moment. Looking at Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame, we are still residing within this much larger falling wedge pattern, which is again a very bullish pattern. And if the structure of this pattern does not change, just note that we could potentially see Bitcoin come down to retest the upper 50K region, even if it's just a quick wick down, which could very well even happen today, and maybe even potentially form a reversal looking something like this. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, we are on day 61 of this consolidation phase, starting right after this large green candle here that led us up into this region. So once again, we find ourselves retesting the 60.8K side of this green support zone. And like we've seen many times before, we've been getting a good bounce off it since there's been a high demand for Bitcoin at this level. Again, as long as we continue to see the daily candles close within this rectangle, then everything should remain structurally intact. Zooming out to the 3-day time frame for Bitcoin, we began discussing this last week, but the Bollinger Bands are getting pretty tight around the current price action here. And we're slowly inching our way down to this green line on the Bollinger Band width indicator below. Now, because it's the 3-day time frame, it could take several more candles to form up here before we actually tap this green line down here. But when we do, it's always led to big moves to the upside in the past, as you can see over here and over here. But of course, it could always lead to a breakdown instead. Zooming way out to the monthly time frame for Bitcoin, the monthly candle for April, marked by this yellow arrow here, closes this evening. And as long as we don't lose the support of this green bar here, which once acted as resistance in the previous bull run, but has since flipped into support, then I believe that this will be nothing more than a healthy retest of the green bar. And after having 7 green monthly candles in a row, I think it was just a matter of time that we would see a red one at some point. So again, I think that's a healthy thing to see as well, because it can't just be up only all the time. Otherwise, you're bound to have a hard crash at some point under those conditions. And finally, let's talk about the total 3 chart now on the weekly time frame, which is the total market cap for just the altcoins, which excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. So looking at the candles starting back from October 2023, you can see this nice healthy pattern of an uptrend, followed by a pullback, retesting the support, and then another uptrend, followed by once again another retest of the new support. And when you look at the stochastic RSI below, you can see that we bottomed out here, meaning that we are in oversold territory for the altcoins. So it's really just now a matter of time before this blue line crosses back over this orange line, which should coincide with the candles coming up to test this next red resistance zone up here. Titans, we are your one-stop source for guiding you through this Bitcoin bull run. Please join us as we continue to provide the latest market and technical analysis that are going to give you that edge.